Here's another great question. What % of cold therapy helps you physically, and how much does it help with mental well-being as well? Well, I don't have the exact percentage. I would say that when I get into a cold plunge, personally, out of experience and maybe a little bit more of my opinion, I would say 75% of the reason I get into the cold plunge is mental. It's not physical. I would say that there's obviously a ton of great benefits to getting into ice for recovery, for muscle recovery, anti-inflammation, joints, bruising. There's so many reasons. And I'll tell you, I have 4 kids and they're extremely active. They do competitive cheer, competitive dance. They play every sport you could think of. And we just run. Like, we are moving nonstop. Movement is medicine. And in this household, we take our medicine daily. We are always on the move. And when you move and when you have 4 kids, like, injuries happen, things happen. So I love that my kids jump in the cold plunge on a regular basis, and they probably do it a lot more physically for the physical benefits. But for me personally, the reason I get into the cold plunge is mostly mental. It's mostly mental clarity. It's mostly conquering my day. It sucks. Like, I've been cold plunging for over a year, pretty much every day. And every time I get in, no matter what the temperature is or however long I'm gonna stay in, it sucks. It's a lot of mental fortitude to get into cold water and then get out. You've got to be strong. You've got to be resilient. You've got to really, really want it. And every time I do it, it sucks. And every time I get out of it, I feel like I just conquered the mountain. I feel great. I feel reset. I feel ready to take on whatever challenge. I like to do it. And if I'm rambling, post that in the comments below. You'd be like, bro, calm it down. But I like to do it before I know there's something that I have to do that I haven't wanted to do. Like, if there's a long video that I need to edit, it takes a lot of time. I have to sit down, and I don't like to sit down very much, right? So I get in a cold plunge, and it wakes me up. It fires me up. I feel great. It resets my joints and my hips. I can sit down, I can get to editing, and I can knock it out. If there's a Zoom call that I'm about to jump on, most people who schedule Zoom calls with me, whether it's a coaching call, just a conversation, or if it's a company that's looking to partner up, I will get in the cold plunge. And if you're watching this and you're somebody who knows what I'm talking about, please post that in the comments below. I will usually get out of my cold plunge like literally 30 seconds prior to the Zoom call and jump on the Zoom call, typically shirtless and typically red because of the cold water. So I like to cold plunge a lot before I'm doing something that is going to be mentally taxing. If I'm going to be talking a lot, if I'm going to be speaking on stage, if I'm going to be going somewhere and meeting with people that maybe I don't know, you know, like, hey, like sometimes you get those butterflies in your stomach. I like to jump into a cold plunge, and it just helps me reset that. And then I can go and have a great time and be myself, be 100% me. So to answer your question, what percentage is physical and what percentage is mental? For me, it's about 25% physical and 75% mental. For my kids, it's probably 100% physical. I don't know mentally, like, I haven't really quizzed them on that. I don't know what their thoughts are. I'm sure they probably do it more for the physical benefits of it and maybe the challenge of it too. So they're probably more 80-20. But for me, I'm the opposite. I definitely do it more for the mental benefits as well. And if you've ever cold plunged, you know what I'm talking about. So maybe you have a question that you'd love to ask me. Please just pop it down in the comments below. I read every comment. I would love to respond to your questions with a video, answering it in a fun little story form, kind of like this. If you have a question that you want it to be a little private, you can also post it on Instagram or DM me on Instagram. It's @dmossjr on Instagram. I read all my DMs as well. Most of them are positive. Some of them are a little silly. So if you have a great question, please post it there and I'll respond back with a video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day and God bless.